What's going on, mates, and welcome back to another episode in our South Sydney Rabbitohs rebuild series. Before we jump into the action today, there's actually been a few changes made to the lineup. First of all, Sam Burgess has been suspended for 2 games, so filling in for him at lock will be Kyle Turner. He's been promoted from the bench, and coming onto the bench as a sub for the back row will be Sifa Talakai. Might seem like an odd choice to some, but out of all the players available, he was rated the highest. He's classed as a center in the game, but I'm pretty sure he could get the job done somewhere in the back row. Alright, so we're in round number 4, currently sitting in 6th position on the ladder. And as for the Roosters, they're sitting at 12th. As you can see right here, it's been a slow start to the season from the looks of things, winning 1 from 3 games. As for us, we're coming off our first loss of the season, and it was against the Newcastle Knights. Alright, so we begin the action with the kickoff here by Michael Gordon. As we get set to return, first hit up it'll be George Burgess, who actually breaks through the line, and he gets an off-road away to Adam Reynolds in support. Slowly being run down, but he finds Alex Johnston in support on the right side, and we're going to race away here for the first try of the match with only a minute 30 gone on the clock. A fairly quick try to start things off. This right here is just another example of how much the patch improved the support play. As you can see here, George Burgess with the power play through the middle, Adam Reynolds in support, and then Alex Johnston looming up on his right side, races away for the first point of the match. Back with Adam Reynolds here to take the shot, and thankfully it's an easy kick, because I'm not gonna lie, man, it's been a struggle trying to convert points from out wide off Adam Reynolds. I don't know what it is, but I think it might be timing or something, I don't know. Like I said, I'm still struggling to kick with Adam Reynolds, and I actually like that I do kind of struggle from time to time with the conversions, because in my opinion, if a game gets too easy, it gets pretty boring really fast. As we break the line here through Greg Inglis, a nice little short ball to put him through by Reynolds, I think that was. As we go left to Burgess, George Burgess through the middle, just powers his way to the 20. We've got to set up to the left here, and that's where we go to Walker. Throws the cutout ball, another pass out to Gray, who steps around his opposite, and we're going to score in the corner here for our second try of the match. It was pretty much just some basic ball movement until it eventually got its way out to Aaron Gray, who had a bit of work to do before grounding the ball, and for some reason the ref sent it up to the bunker to review the grounding. But as you can see here, he clearly grounds the ball, and we eventually get the green lights from the bunker. As we take a look at the whole play once again in this replay, we send it to Cody Walker, who delays the pass out to Goodwin, quick hands out to Aaron Gray, and the beautiful footwork to get around Luke Garner, who's on the wing. Trying to figure out who's usually on the wing for the Roosters and why Luke Garner's there, but we actually nailed the conversion from the sideline, and we're gonna go up by 12 points here fairly early on in the match. Back with the Roosters in attack on the first tackle, and they flirt off the touchline here as they send it out to Kiri, and he's going to get driven into touch by Alex Johnston. Poor play there by the Roosters. We get the feed to the scrum. Just inside halfway here, as we pass to Inglis looking for a long ball out to Cody Walker, but it's well read here by the defense, and it's going to be Latrell Mitchell racing away for the Roosters' first try of the match. A nice little intercept off the scrum. I think that might be the first time that's actually happened to me, because I usually throw that pass a lot off the back of the scrum, and it wasn't to be on this occasion, as Latrell Mitchell picks up the intercept, and Michael Gordon converts it from right in front to get them within 6. As we jump back into attack here, we're inside their half right now. Zaid Musgrove takes it to the line, and he gets pulled down 35 meters out from the try line. An overlap to the left here as we go short. A sloppy pass until we eventually get it out to Gray on the wing, and he's going to cross for his second try of the match. Another simple try, this time was just soaking up the numbers. I'm pretty sure the pass was meant to go wide, but luckily Bryson Goodwin intervened there, drew in their fullback, got it out to Aaron Gray, and it was an easy finish for Gray, making Adam Reynolds' job easier as he grounds it right next to the posts. So we line up for the easy kick here. And as you'd expect, we nail the extras and we're going to push our lead back out to 12 points. Alright, back in attack as we take the tap here and we're going to get pulled down on our own 30. On the first, we go out the back and we actually throw a forward pass to Cody Walker. I thought it was flat at best, but it was deemed forward, so it's going to be the scrum feed to the Roosters as Michael Gordon steps around one defender and he gets rounded up just outside our 10. On the first here, they go short to Kiri, who fires a long ball out to Ferguson, who leaves Highmore Hunt grasping at thin air as the Roosters score their second try of the match. Not much you can do in that situation. Once they have you beat that close to the line, it's pretty much a done deal. As Michael Gordon hits the uprights and they're going to head into the break trailing by 8 points. It was a pretty good half of football. Our left side is dangerous as usual with Aaron Gray picking up 2 tries. And also Alex Johnston, it was only a minute and a half into the game. Pretty sure he scored our fastest try ever in Rugby League Live 4. As we take a look at the match stats here, and both teams making a couple of errors. Our defense though has been pretty solid. We only missed 3 tackles. Well, I guess it can't be that solid if they've got 10 points on the board. Anyway, we're going to jump into the second half here with the Roosters in attack as Garner gets around one defender and he gets pulled down just outside their 30. Second tackle with Dylan Napa, who steamrolls through the line, just completely trucks one defender and he gets pulled down just past halfway. A fairly quick play the ball as they shift it out wide to Cordner and he grinds for a couple of meters before eventually getting grounded inside our 40. As they go out the back to Kiri, he links up with Waria Hargreaves, who also breaks through the line, runs through an ankle tap and gets a pass back on the inside. A beautiful try there by the AI as Jake Friend gets rewarded with a try for supporting on the inside, all on the back of some rampaging runs by their forward pack. Alright, we're at the 60th minute here, with the Roosters returning the ball from the kickoff as Waria Hargreaves gets wrapped up on their 20. They go to Pierce, he links up with Napa, putting him through the gap, gets an offload away back on the inside. A weird looking offload, but it pays off for Dylan Napa as they make it outside our 30. On the second, they go to Napa once again, and he's going to drive towards our 20, getting wrapped up around 21 meters out. Back to Waria Hargreaves, he links up with Pierce out to Orbison, and Orbison with some post-contact meters, getting inside our 20. It's just a great attacking set all around for the Roosters. A completely different team here in the second half. On the 5th here, as they pass to Kiri, links up with Pierce, puts up the bomb, looking for Daniel Tupou, who comes down with it, and I don't know how, but we prevent the try being scored. A massive set by the Roosters in attack, a 73 meter set. But our defense holds up, which was surprising to see as we look for some plays here. Approaching the final 10 minutes, on the 4th, we just send the ball wide to Inglis with a short ball to Crichton, and Crichton throws an offload, finds Goodwin, who just passes one too many times. Probably should have held the ball there on that occasion, but we're going to wrap them up on their own 20. As Michael Gordon steps around a defender, he eventually gets pulled down. Back with the Roosters, I'm trying to make subs here on the fly, taking an age as they send it out to Daniel Tupou on the wing, finding space on the edge until he's eventually pulled down on our 30. 5th and last for the Roosters here, as they pass to Kiri, who just thumps it into the corner, fielded by Aaron Gray, fends off one defender, and he's gonna actually break away here down this left side, racing away for a hat-trick, Aaron Gray, as he celebrates before grounding the ball. And after all that pressure by the Roosters, we actually come away with some points here to close out the match. As we take a look at the try on the replay, I think that might have been Mitchell Pearce that he fended off. As you see players leaving the field, they almost get in the way of us, but we start to celebrate here pretty early before grounding the ball, and it was a wrap from there on out as we ground it for the final try of the match. I mean, the try looked pretty simple in the end, but it was a pretty hard fought for try. We survived a couple of raids on our try line by the Roosters, just some solid defense that eventually led to that try by Gray, as we convert the final points of the match, and we're going to walk away with the victory here. Bouncing back from that loss to the Knights the previous week, and that's full time here at ANZ Stadium. We defeat the Roosters 24 points to 16. As for the man of the match, that goes to the 3-try hero himself, Aaron Gray. And before we leave, as usual with these career videos, I'll show you guys the individual player stats, so you can cast your votes on who you thought were the top performers of the match. Also, to the loyal few that made it this far into the video, let me know in that comment section by hitting it up with a hashtag #OddSquadOrNothing. And as always, drop the like button for more Rugby League Live 4 content, or more content in general. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.
Man, it won't mean something. I won't beat it up for something. You're diving out the rub for something. You need to give it up to someone. You need to give it up to someone.